What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of After the Buzzer with your host, aka Sean Diggity. Oh, damn, I messed up, but it's fine. It's cool. It is cool.
Come on,
Anyway,
man. Come on, man.
hey, look, man. It's still new. Everybody's still trying to, get to know who ATB SHOM is, aka Sean Diggity, aka
Yo, the
SHOM,
fact
what
that
you want
you
to call
calling
it.
yourself Shom Diggity is wild to me. Like
What
I
you
never asked you
mean?
the origin of that name. I said that to one of my friends at camp, but they was like, he calls himself by that by choice, like Diggity.
Yeah. Well,
Diggity
all
is
right.
crazy, dog.
Nah, so it was given to my friend. Like my friend gave me that. I ain't all right. So Josh, number one. I have like a boatload of nicknames. It don't even make sense. Like some of them, like Show Megatron.
Shom
I-
Megatron.
Where do you even get that from? You know what I'm
You
saying? Like
you a Decepticon nigga.
they call me a
I even said it.
Decepticon.
Well, I know we PG-13, but wait, yeah, we gonna keep it rolling. But yeah, I had to get that out my chest. Like what?
What?
Bro, Show
What?
Megatron.
What?
That's on loop. My fault. There we go. That's crazy. Showing Megatron is crazy.
Yo, bro, I had that Show Miracle.
Show Miracle.
Get Show Miracle.
Yo, dog,
Like
that's like, yo, come on, bro. Like,
like
yo,
but none of them like I couldn't what did my boy call me? Shout out to my boy Mitty. He calls me Eliante because Eliante Damians. So
yeah,
like so like L Shomer L and then Eli.
he just he just put that together. Like, yeah,
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 that's
Eliante. I'm like, yo,
that's
oh
crazy.
man. But now shout out to my boy Crispy. Oh, my headphones got a little caught up. But
Mm.
shout out to my boy Crispy for giving me the name Shom Diggity. I fought it. I definitely fought against it. But then I thought about it, I'm like,
You start turning into a brand. I got it. I
yeah,
got it. It turns
I'm
into a
like
brand.
Shom Diggity not that bad. You know what I'm saying?
At first, it sounds trash, and it's like, you know what? Let me carry on with it. Let me keep it.
I mean, hey, it was either that or the two-tone bandit, and I couldn't.
Two tone bandit is this. That's crazy, yo.
It's nasty, dog.
That is crazy.
Oh
Anyway, it's
man.
ATP Sean. It's ATP Josh. I'm trying to get the sound. I might have to get a soundboard because I'm doing this on for my PC. But
I got a
I,
little sound card too, like that sound card, but trust me, it takes a lot of work for it
yo,
to.
for on campus, we got the, you know how you got the mix amp for how the podcasting. I found a way to get
Yeah,
sound effects on that joint. Now that joint, like, it's better when I got the sound effects on it now.
man,
Yeah, I found
dang, I wish I
Leo.
would have done that when
Leo
we was doing it.
Leo taught me. I asked Leo to see if he knew how to do it, and he wasn't sure. And we just messed with it and figured it out. I was like, oh, now I put all these sound effects on my hard drive and bought it at the campus and started adding it to the mix amp. And I'm like, yo, the mix that and like Leo was telling me, like, the mix amp there at campus is like the oldest one instead of like one of the older models. So I was like, dog, how much is the older model? Because I would buy that right now. Like, I need a mix amp. But anyway, yo, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, in-season tournament is tomorrow. We're gonna give our thoughts on that. And we gotta talk about, yo, Wemby versus Bol Bol. Seems like that sparked a discussion for one of the greatest centers of all time. And what if LeBron James never went to Miami? What would
Mm,
his legacy still be? All
mm.
that and more. Yo, where you want to start, bro?
First, we're gonna start by everybody. Make sure you go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you subscribe to After the Buzzer, make sure you also go and follow it on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, also known as X. We're gonna keep it as Twitter because
We
that's
keeping
what I
it called Twitter, bro.
keeping it Twitter. We're not doing the. Mm-mm. And you can also follow us on. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. But without further ado, man, let's get into it.
Let's get it.
So now we're going to talk about the in-season tournament. Now, last week we did have a couple of games that went through in the in-season tournament. I don't remember all the teams that played, but I definitely remember there was one in particular that caught my eye.
There
And it
was
was
a
definitely
there were two that caught my eye. Definitely.
mm,
So you had I got them right here. So you got Cavaliers and Pacers, Knicks and Bucks, Wizards,
right.
Heat, Nets and Bulls, Warriors and Thunder. We're gonna talk about that one because that was really like the
Oof,
best one.
yeah.
Mavericks and Nuggets, Grizzlies and Trailblazers. So, all right, the end season tournament. Let's keep it. How you want to start? Like the end, like you want to talk about like what's like how you feeling about it? Like because I still have mixed feelings about the end season tournament. To be honest.
I'm still trying to I understand the in-season tournament to a degree.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to like get used because like it is the first year of us doing like hearing about the in-season tournament, the leagues doing it. They talked about it like back in like 2020,
Yeah.
2020 or 2021 when they first brought it up as an idea, and a lot of people rejected it. But as time went by, after they did the what was it
The play-in,
the play-in tournament,
which
and
was,
people bought
it
in.
was great. It was great. I love the play-in when the first conception of it. I was like, oh, this is an excellent idea to put
Mhm.
more pressures on teams, especially in the late season who feel like they could quit. I was like, oh, hold on, we get that 10 and 9 spot. We get to play 7 and 8 for a playoff season. And it
Right.
adds that college basketball aspect of it's really one and done, but it does add that one and done feeling. It's like, okay, hey
And I think
bro,
they're
this is lit.
I think they're also that's what they also try to do with the in-season tournament now. To bring in that when the elimination time, when the knockout rounds, when all the teams gonna
Yeah,
have to commit. That's where they're also like incorporating that as well. And I find that really dope because that's gonna help bring, I guess, more people to like care about the regular season
the
because
regular season. And it helps if we look at this part. What's the one thing that NBA is competing against right now? And that's the NFL. Where
right.
like it really like so you think about it, the NFL dominates Mondays, Sundays, and Thursdays. Relatively
Mhm.
like Mondays and Sundays because Thursdays is not always the best game. Like football fans are going to watch football no matter what. So you got the
Especially
in season
tonight's game,
tournament. Who's playing tonight? I don't even know.
the Bears and the Panthers,
Good thing I'm missing that game. Okay,
the two teams that traded each other, like traded for DJ Moore, and DJ Moore ain't doing jack. I'm just saying,
crazy.
but
Crazy. But when you think about so Fridays, it's a slew of basketball games, and I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes on Fridays, I'll be looking for something to watch because ain't really nothing. If it's not a movie out or some
mhm.
TV show I'm looking forward to, they ain't really nothing to watch. I'm like, all right, you got all these basketball games, and I will watch them. So I'm like, all right, and depending on who is playing, the game can be interesting. Like it is a must watch. So tomorrow they got Phoenix and the Lakers. Obviously, that's LeBron and Kevin Durant. That's a must watch. So I think that's gonna be on the national. I think that's gonna be on ESPN. So
I mean,
that is
yeah.
like that's something that people want to watch. Like you're not gonna miss LeBron versus Kevin Durant, especially on LeBron's twilight career.
Well, the national televised games tomorrow is going to be I think there's a total of 9 games that's going to be going on tomorrow. The national televised games will be the Nets at the Celtics, and I believe the other one, like you said, the Lakers at
Lakers and
Suns,
Suns, yeah.
right? Which will be good, but I think there's still other good matchups in here
Oh
too.
yeah. I'm about
Thunder,
to say
Kings,
I'll definitely tell people check out the Thunder and the Kings. That's gonna be a good game.
Clippers at Mavericks. That's going to be cool. I like that one.
I'm actually curious now if the Clippers are gonna be able to score 100 points since acquiring James Harden against the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh,
And we all know Dallas defense is ass.
yeah, their defense is beyond ass. It's atrocious, horrendous, pitiful. I mean, I don't know, I don't know how many more synonyms I can come up with. Like, but yo, it's bad. But to let y'all know what the in-season tournament is, how it's like, gonna operate. So far, we have the group draws, right? You have 3 groups on from each conference. And each of those groups, you have the A group, the B group, and the C group. For the Western side, you have in the A category, where all these teams will compete against each other to try to compete for a selected spot in the tournament. So in the West A group, we have the Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, and the Portland Trailblazers. In West B, we have the Denver Nuggets, the Clippers, the Pelicans, Dallas Mavericks, and the Houston Rockets. And then lastly, in for their last section will be West C, the Kings, the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Spurs, and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Side note, I think Group C is probably the best conference of the West End season tournament, personally to me. I think that's like the best group to watch.
Really,
Because I think
West C,
I no West, yeah, Group C, Group C.
Group C in the West. Are you sure?
I think
Because
because I know everybody's thinking that Group B because they got Joker, the Maverick, the Clippers, Pelicans. But if you look at Group C, the Warriors are looking nice. Oklahoma's on the come up. Sacramento's on the come up. Minnesota right now looks not too bad. They still got to figure some things out. Don't get me wrong. And you got Wemby and everybody wants to see him play. Now the Spurs are probably going to be like the weakest of the teams because they're young, they're still trying to figure things out. But the added like in terms of promotion, in terms of branding, in terms of viewership, you want to see Wembanyama.
that is true.
Like in
That
terms
is
of like that's why I said like in terms of the West, I gotta still look at the East again. But in terms of the West, I think that is the best like most entertaining group, not the one with all the best teams, but the one that's most entertaining to watch.
Yeah, because that's how I was trying to base it off of too. Because I was looking at it from two aspects actually. I was looking at it from the entertainment aspect, and I was also looking at from the competition aspect. And that's why I kind of disagree with you at first, because it was like I'm looking at West B. I mean West A, you got the Grizzlies, but there's no Ja.
Yeah,
Then you got the Suns, they're injury riddled. Then the Lakers, Jazz, and then
Bradley Bill's coming
you
back,
know.
but when you look at Group A, it's really just the Lakers and the Suns.
That's literally it. So that's why I wanted to say Group B. That's why I can argue Group B, because Group B, not only do you have the champions of the Nuggets, you have the Clippers
Yeah.
with James Harden. Then you got
Mm-hmm.
Zion, a healthy Zion, and a healthy Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans. And then you got the up and coming Rockets that's already doing something. They're trying to do something. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? They beat the Lakers last night. They didn't even score 100 points last night, which was crazy.
Yeah, that
And you
is
saw.
crazy.
Wait, real quick, did you see that thing of a Dylan Brooks when they had him just standing? He was just staring at
Yeah, I
LeBron.
was like wondering, like, what is like, what is this? Are they like talking trash? Then I was like, their mouths are not moving. Did they just like a stare down or something?
Nah, it was that. It was the one where there was both of them right there with each other. It was a stare down, and then they had one where Dylan Brooks was just by himself with his hoodie on, and then he was just
I
staring
didn't
as I
see
think they
that
were.
one. I don't think
Yeah,
I saw
nah.
that one. I just saw the one. It was like doing a stare down on the court. And it's like I don't know what it was. I don't know. Everybody was doing a free throw shot or something. But then LeBron and Dylan Brooks were just looking at each other. I was like, what is going
Staring
on?
each other, eyeing each other down, like, what you want,
Yeah.
man? Yeah, I'm back. I'm here. I'm with it. I got new colors on, but I'm here. We here still.
New
And
colors
then
on is crazy.
for real, like he really do got. I mean, he was a Grizzly before, so I mean. And
That's
the
true.
last team is the Mavericks as well. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like the West, like you got the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, and the Rockets. I like that group. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
no,
like that
it's
group.
I would say it's Group B and C to me in terms of the West. I think those are the two they're going to be the most watched groups of the in season tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think even though they got even though the Portland Trailblazers won their first in season tournament game, I'm
Right.
going to keep it a buck. They might until I think they're going to probably beat Utah in game 2, and then they got the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns in game 3 and 4. So I'm like, all right, but we really just watching for the Phoenix Suns and the LA Lakers.
Yeah,
Because
because
now
I'm
if
about to
John
say
Morant was there, then you would have had me like, okay, John Morant's there, but John
that's
Morant's
the
not going to be
thing.
here at all.
There's no Ja. So like if there was a Ja, and the thing is they lost to the Trailblazers. I think it was the Grizzlies and the Trailblazers they played
Yeah,
last week. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the Trailblazers won, right? If I'm not mistaken.
The Trailblazers won 115 to 113, and that was when Memphis went 0-6.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they got their first win. Shout out to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Memphis. But hey, they still waiting on that boy Ja to come back.
I don't think they're
So
gonna make the playoffs, but that's a conversation for a different day.
ooh, that's
I don't,
kind of
I don't
nasty.
think they're gonna make the playoffs because Ja doesn't come back to like what the Christmas time, I think, because he's got how many games are we in? 7,
Yeah, like at least 7-ish.
7-ish. So by the time and they just got their first win. So by the time Ja gets back,
Excuse me.
they might be under 10 wins and probably have 20 losses.
I think they could still make it. That's the thing. I'm like
They
about
have to go,
50% sure they could still make the playoffs. Maybe to
they
play in, but you know,
they have to go on a miraculous run, and then the West has to favor them. As in, the West has to either give up or be
mhm.
hurt. I think the West is so tough. I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs this year.
Well, that some team got to fold. I don't know
Some You're
what
right.
team's
Some
gonna
team
fold.
had to fold. That's the point. Some team got fold, but I don't know if this is gonna. It it could. I don't know. It's tough. I want to say the Clippers, but I want to give the Clippers more time since it's still early in the season. But maybe I would say that if I had to pick a team, it might be the Spurs that will fold.
Who do you think will thrive in this tournament in the West? Before I go over the East, who do you think will thrive in the West in this tournament?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because
I
we have
want
the
it.
games tomorrow. Like what are the Western games? We got the Spurs and the Timberwolves, Clippers and Mavericks, Thunder and Kings, and
I
Jazz and
think
Grizzlies,
I
and
think
Pelicans and
the
Rockets.
team that's going to be I think the team that's going to be most interesting, and I think that can thrive. I think it will be Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is starting to piece it together. They're 5-3. They're starting to get it together. Chat Holmgren looks good. Shy looks amazing. I think like
Mhm.
you're starting to see OKC be on the upside. It's like
A
they're
boy
moving
dropped
up.
43 the other night.
Exactly. Like SGA is getting it together in terms of, and they started off a little bit slow, but now you're starting to see like they're moving up. And I think they went up in the power rankings when they came out earlier this week. So I think the
Mhm.
Thunder is going to be interesting in terms of like again, I'm curious how the players are still going to treat this end season tournament in terms of if they're going to take it serious or not. but I want to see what I think the Clippers are another team that needs to needs this tournament to figure things out.
Yeah,
I
this will probably develop a lot of continuity for that team
I think because when you look at the Clippers, they got Dallas. I think they're playing Dallas tomorrow. They got Denver, Houston, the Pelicans. That's the next 4 games for them in the tournament. I think you need that opportunity, and these are not like scrub teams. Like these are like really good teams. I think you need this opportunity to really figure out this system of James Harden, trying to integrate him into this offense. Even though quote unquote he says he's the system, which I highly doubt. But okay, because again, like they lost to both the New York teams. Paul George shot poorly. I picked the Clippers to beat the Knicks. I was shocked that the Knicks beat them. You know, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm happy about it.
Yo, because hey man,
but
I can't ask for nothing better.
Now Russell Westbrook looks to be struggling. Kawhi, like they're not hitting shots.
And that's my biggest concern.
Like Bones Highland, I don't think he even saw the second half against the Nets. And you lost to a Nets squad that didn't have Ben Simmons or Cam Thomas.
Wait, Cam Thomas didn't play last night?
I don't think Cam Thomas played last night. Let me fact check. Let me double fact check. But I'm not positive Cam Thomas played last night because I couldn't find his stats.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch that game at all. I didn't watch that game at all. But I did hear about the Clippers losing again.
Oh, I'm wrong. Cam Thomas did play. I apologize. I'm wrong. Cam Thomas did play. He had 14. But Ben Simmons did not play.
I mean, that's nothing shocking.
That's crazy. That's not shocking.
That's not nothing shocking. But he is doing better this season. I mean, except for that when everybody keep getting on his case about that, how he had 2 points in one game. But
at this point, I'm not going to like look at Ben as a scorer anymore at this point, bro. I don't know what you are, but you're not a scorer, so that's done. I've moved past that train.
Well, I hope he could be able to do some scoring in this tournament because hey, they're now that I'm looking at it, the East is something else. I ain't gonna lie, just because. All right. So this is Group A for the in-season tournament. This will be you will have in Group A you will have the 76ers, the Cavaliers, the Hawks, the Pacers, and the Pistons. Competitive, right?
I like
but
Group
it could also
A. I like Group A. I will say I do like Group A.
But that could flip flop though. Right?
Yeah.
Group B, right? This might be the weakest one, but it might be I'm saying weakest as in entertainment wise. Competition wise, it might be just as weak too.
I'm about to say competition wise, I feel like it might be weak. Entertainment wise, these are big markets, relatively, really. Like, because you got New York. New York is always going to be a big market. Then you got the Heat. Milwaukee has Dame and Giannis, so there's that. Even though they're not even relative. They're a small basketball market. You got the Wizards and the Charlotte. So Group B is like
and they do play tomorrow. They actually play against each other tomorrow at Wizards.
Which is it's very interesting how Group B is because when you get to the Wizards and Charlotte, it's like I don't care, even though I'm still gonna watch them. But it's just like Heat, Bucks, Knicks. Those are the three.
That's all you care about, and that's why I said like the C group might be the best group. Now, I wish. I don't
even like Group C. Honestly, I like Group A.
What? Group C? All right, so let's go. Group C
Brooklyn?
is Brooklyn, the Boston Celtics,
Chicago Bulls,
Toronto Raptors,
Orlando Magic.
What's wrong with that?
It's not that I don't like it. I just compared to Group A, I think Group A is like the one that I think people are gonna put their eyes on. If I'm a basketball fan, I'm watching Group A.
Pacers, I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching the Pistons. Sixers. The Pistons been good.
The Pistons, I think they're in half right now with Milwaukee. I don't know. Actually, no, I'm wrong. They came back. They're up 6 against Milwaukee. Pacers have been looking very good. Cavs, Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if Darius Garland is back yet. I'm pretty sure
he played a couple games, but he's still trying to get his rhythm back into.
He's still trying to get his rhythm back. And what's the stats on Jared Allen and company?
I think Jared Allen might be still out.
Jared Allen starts. But even though you still got Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell can steal the show himself. Philly has been looking. We're going to talk about Philly later, but Philly has looked amazing. Like they have been the shocker so far for me this entire season. It's been so far early in the season. It's been Philly, Atlanta, Trae Young. We'll see where it goes.
Hey, Detroit, they've been bowling. I'd say DeAndre Hunter. I used to be on his case a lot. That boy's showing me something different now. John Collins is going now. He got some freedom. I don't know what it is.
And then you got Detroit. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Durham, who looks very good. Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duran. I mean, yeah, Jalen Duran, who looked very good. Cade Cunningham, Montez Morin. It's like they got players over there. Like Detroit is on the come up, even though their record speaks, even though their record is not what you think it is. I
But
think they're going to get better.
if you watch them in the season, they're playing good basketball,
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
just like
that's just because of
their
Monty.
record is they're better than their record. The record says 2-7. They're better than that to me. And
But
I think they're going to get better as time progresses. They still need pieces, but they're going to get better.
within that tournament, do you see them like actually like I see them? They can beat. They could
I
beat
think that
Atlanta.
I'm about to say they could beat Atlanta. That's all I can see. They're not beating Philly to me. I don't because I think Philly's still a better team. I think Cleveland's still a better team, and I would definitely say Indiana's the better team.
Yeah. So all right.
So
So
if
there
you
goes
look
the
at Group
distance in
8,
that one.
Detroit is the weak link.
Yeah. But then if you compare that to like Group C, like all the teams are competitive. You'll probably the only comparison you could probably say would be like the Orlando Magic or probably maybe the Chicago Bulls because the Chicago Bulls they'll surprise you. The 1 minute they'll be very great, and then the next moment they'll be like
That is true. The Chicago
you know what I'm
Bulls,
saying?
they're inconsistent. That's why they're so inconsistent. Yo, also somebody was saying on the timeline, like, yo, who gonna free Alex Caruso? And I was like, honestly, who gonna free Zach LaVine? Who gonna free DeMar
Yeah.
DeRozan? Who gonna free Alex
Oof.
Caruso?
Hey
Because
man,
Lonzo
look,
not there, so it's like I want Lonzo free, but I don't know if Lonzo can play anymore. And I
and
hope
it's
Lonzo does play again.
look, I still want them to give it a chance. Like, I mean, all right, if Caruso don't come back, all right, fine. But that is a backup point guard that's gonna. I mean, they got Kobe White, so I mean, like Kobe's not the best defensively,
No,
but I mean, hey, think about it. That's their guard. That was their guard rotation. They had Kobe White. Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo could probably step up in that right.
Io could step up. He could.
He could, but like I said, like they're so inconsistent. It's hard to really even see what this team really gonna do. But in terms of like the entertainment aspect, what group are you going with? Like what team or matter of fact, let
Oh,
me ask this: what team do you really see thriving in the Eastern side?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's 76ers. I think the way they've been balling, the way Tyrese Maxey has been looking, I think that he is going to eat this tournament. And I got their first game tomorrow against Detroit, which is even better for him. I
Mm,
think Tyrese Maxey is also since again we're going to talk about the Sixers, but again I think Tyrese Maxey is about to make an have an all-star level performance, not performance, but an all-star level year this season. Like
it's
he
possible.
has taken a huge next step, which I did not really predict because I didn't still see how the James Harden situation was going to go. But like yo,
Mm,
Maxey has like looked amazing. I'm
balling,
like dog, and now
balling.
you got Nicholas Batum, uh, Robert Covington, and Marcus Morris.
Oh man, please don't even read the names
Woo!
off to me right now because it's getting me like I'm about to get to that point with the damn. Oh God.
Yo, the Sixers. Like I think they're eating. They are to me one of the favorites to come out of the East for this tournament. I think they're one of the favorites.
Yeah, for this tournament, yes. But I just hope that the play that they like carry on this season just goes into the playoffs and that
Hmm
they dominate. I just hope that they just go to the conference finals this year. I and
That's
I
a
really don't
conversation
say
for a
it.
different day. We gotta see where we gotta
I
see
just
how
hope.
they looking come after All Star. At least come All Star, we gotta see how they looking. But right now, I think they can make it out of the East in this tournament because if you look at their grouping, they are better than most of these teams, if not all of them. They're the best team in the grouping.
Well, you could say that for every group. There's like one solid. You could say that about Group C. The Celtics are probably the
That's
best
true. You
group,
could say there's always a better team in every group. That is actually true. That's factual. So I will agree with that. You're right.
except for in the West, in West C, in the C group. You really can't label a team that's the best. So you can't even say it's the Warriors just because they got Curry.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's the Warriors because I feel like even though I will pick the Warriors, I think
Mhm.
OKC could give them a fight, and I think Sacramento could give them a fight. And I know actually I know for a fact Sacramento would give them a fight.
Oh yeah,
But
for sure.
Sacramento can definitely fight the Warriors.
As
But
long as they got De'Aaron Fox back though, because
the
the way they've
Darren,
been playing without De'Aaron,
yeah, they need him back. They need him back.
but how you get that bad without De'Aaron Fox?
Well, sometimes I think they rely so much on a superstar, and De'Aaron Fox is their superstar. They rely so much on him. And Sabonis, as much as good as he is, has he really proven that I can carry the team without my star player?
Yeah,
We could say that about we said that
did
about
it
years.
in Indiana.
That's true. We said that, but we said that for years about Giannis when he always lost Chris Middleton. When Chris
Mm.
Middleton went down, it seemed like the Bucks were an entirely different team. So it's always predicated sometimes on your star, and sometimes that star helps run that offense.
That is true.
But I still have expected better from them, even though like with the loss of the Malik, I mean not Malik, but De'Aaron Fox, I still expected better from them. I
I
really
mean,
did.
I did too, but like, hey, but just because the Sabonis was there, that's an all-star. He led his team to the playoffs before. Not by himself entirely, but he was the main catalyst to help lead that team to the playoffs when he was on the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? So like him having, you would have thought they would have just been fine, but that was bad. That was
Hmm.
bad. But ladies and gentlemen, that's your in-season tournament for the groupings. Like I said, the games that we will see tomorrow for the Eastern side, we'll have the Sixers at the Pistons, and we'll have the Hornets at the Wizards. And the Brooklyn Nets at the Boston Celtics and TD Garden. And that is all for the Eastern side. And actually, there's only one West game. That's crazy.
For tomorrow,
Well, that's televised. I'm sorry
that's
for like
televised.
national
Yeah,
television.
yeah. The rest are like league pass.
Yeah, so it would be Pelicans at the Rockets. And that's the thing. Do you like the way that the courts are? Like, what's your take on the courts?
Actually,
Like,
we talked about that on and one podcast.
mm-hmm.
So I
Shout out
didn't
to
know how
Aaron.
to. Yeah, shout out to and one. Um, I didn't know how to feel about it, but I will say I did like the design of the trophy on the logos and on the free throw line. Like they
Mm-hmm.
made like on like especially on the semicircle part of the free throw line. I thought that was fire. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
court designs were too much. I didn't like
Yes.
Indiana's at all. I thought Phoenix
Yeah.
was cool with the purple. Um,
I feel like the colors, like the big, bright, vibrant colors, like
like
it's
the bright colors is too much. It's too much. But I was like, but also at the same time, I was like, I don't know if I like like these colors in general on a tile floor. I feel like it's too distracting. I'm trying to see the players.
yeah, I think the best one got to be the Bucks. I don't care what anybody
I think
says.
the Bucks
The
one, the
best
best
one,
one was the Bucks. Personally,
because you
I
can
would say the
still see
Bucks.
the hardwood at least. You know what I'm saying? You can still
Pause, but
like the.
that's a pause, dog. Hang on.
Ah man, I'm going in the book. Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
got
just.
the pause feature yet. I don't got the pause sound, but I thought I did. But all right, I gotta add that for next show. That's a pause,
Yeah,
dog.
I'm
Add yourself
definitely
to
gonna
that
have
book.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add myself to the book. Damn, that's a bad one. But at
I
least the
mean,
floor. I mean, with this context though, we know what we was talking.
it is kind, but it's still a pause. That's still crazy, bro. Like, I mean, it's still
Yeah.
crazy.
Nah, that is wicked. I ain't gonna lie, that is wicked. I'm gonna have to put up a list on here. Like, yeah, how many
But I
pause
will say
moments we
this
gonna have?
because I saw this on the timeline. It made me think about it too. Since they
Mhm.
had the trophy in the middle of the floor, I was hoping they do that for the Larry O'Brien when we get back to the finals. Like, add the, like
Yo,
I remember that. I
and
like
that's
that
what I'm thinking, that the NBA was listening just a wee bit,
a little bit.
just a
Yeah,
wee bit. You know what I'm saying to the fans about because that right there, you don't understand how much nostalgia that brings
yeah.
back. A
I was like,
lot of nostalgia.
when did they get rid of that? Like, 10, I want to say.
He said 010.
I did say 10.
I
2010. When did I feel like they got rid of what 2010?
think it
The
was
last time they
2009.
2009. I feel like the last time they made views that was 08 when the Boston Celtics won.
That's probably the most like memorable one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, KG went to the middle of the floor. Anything is
I'm not
possible.
saying I just saw that clip again today. So
Hey, he was right. Anything is possible. And that's what
oh,
we're gonna expect in this
I was about to
tournament
say
now.
we might as well like speaking of KG, not KG, but against his opponent, the Lakers. This is a quick sidebar, and I know we about to hit the 30-minute mark. I don't know how much time you gonna stay on this, but I gotta ask this.
Mhm.
Stephen A did his like little greatest player of all time list, and it caused some
Uh,
controversy. Because the controversy was he left Kobe Bryant off the top five. And then
his
he said
personal top five.
his personal top five. He left it off. But then he said Kobe's not even a top three. Not like I don't think he's not even a top one Laker or something like that. Like he's not the greatest Laker of all time. And I thought about it. Because again, to us, we might say Kobe is the greatest Laker because we watch Kobe our old lives. But if you really think about it, and I personally, actually, I might be wrong to say this. I might be messed up for saying this, but I think it is Magic Johnson and Kareem up there. Because here's the thing Magic and Kareem saved the franchise. Like that joint was almost bankrupt when they got there. I saw this. If you watch the documentary, they all say the Lakers were bankrupt when Magic and them came. Winning the championship elevated the Lakers and created the dynasty that we know them as. So and I
Okay,
get it.
that's cool.
I get it. Why people say Kobe 5 championship is Kobe ride or die. I mean, it's Kobe for life and all that.
Mhm.
And God rest it. So we all miss Kobe to this day. I still wish Kobe was doing detail, but
Facts. Oh yeah.
it's I think it's you got to look at some people when they were born and when they started watching basketball. Because again, Magic saved the franchise like he did. Him and Kareem. Magic came in, won a championship as a rookie, beat his arch rival in college, beat him again. Actually, well, he didn't really beat him, but he won his championship before him. I'll say it like that. Larry didn't get the championship because Magic ended up playing Julius Erving and Moses and company in the Sixers in the '80s, and Magic ended up beating them again. Not beating them again, but beat them in the finals. Bird lost to Dr. J and company, so he got there before Bird. But Magic beat him in college, so that was also the dynamic that the NBA was starting to promote: Magic versus Bird.
Right.
And it became LA versus Boston. It's crazy. If you got HBO Max, if you don't want to watch any like the regular documentaries of the Lakers, watch
Winning Time.
Winning Time. And I'm mad that they got canceled, but I was like, yo, Winning Time actually explains this a lot. As inaccurate as it is to some of the Lakers fans,
because I heard James Worthy was saying it was like, it was
Jerry Buss and all them hate that show because it's like it's inaccurate, but they got some parts of it correct, as in the bankruptcy. The hostility, the gang, they got some of that right. So it was like, if you could tell, definitely Hollywood, but it was like, okay, some of this is true. That's why people look at Magic as one of the greatest Lakers ever, because he saved the freaking franchise. Like, imagine going to bankrupt. The dude, I gotta put all my chips on the table that this dude that I'm drafting out of college, also giving him one of the richest contracts in NBA history at that time for a rookie. Dog.
Didn't he get like 20 million for like? No, first of all, it was like not 20 million, but he got like, it was like a 20-year contract.
Yeah, he got a lot for his rookie deal. I don't know how much it was exactly, but it was a lot, like more than a rookie ever got.
Yeah,
but
ever probably
like that. So, and that's why I can see it, but I can also see why people put Kobe up there, and I get it. I do get it because it's the love for Kobe. It's the love for Kobe.
That's I don't know. Nasty.
Do you got Kobe as a top 5 player?
Top 5 Laker or top 5 player?
Top 5 player. Because people get mad at.
I do. Because he's like literally this. I'm not gonna say he's literally the same as Mike.
He is the same as Mike, though.
But he literally did the same thing, damn near close to Mike. You know what I'm saying?
But go ahead.
In terms of like, being the greatest Laker, I damn sure think that he is a top 5 Laker of all time.
Oh yeah, no,
you know why? They were the first. Him and Shaq were the first people to bring a three-peat. When's the last time you heard of a three-peat since Michael Jordan and them?
Yeah, I'm about to say they not with the first, but now they were the last team to do it. So I never said that's what I'm saying, and I want to clarify for the audience too. I'm not saying Kobe is not a top 5. I think Kobe's top 3 to me, because I think it goes Magic, Kareem, and then Kobe. Because then you got now put Shaq, and even though Shaq won the 3, I was still, because Shaq ended up leaving, even though he got traded because they started to give the rings to Kobe. But I think Kobe's reign as a Laker eclipses Shaq. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Now you could take that how you want. Again, that's my opinion. I'm young. I'm 25. I've been watching Kobe my entire life. But I can't say it eclipses Magic and Kareem when Magic saved a franchise, carried the NBA along with Larry Bird, and you have Kareem, who was the all-time scoring leader, with all-time scoring champ, and the leaders of the NBA, and he had the most unstoppable move in the entire NBA with the skyhook. I'm just saying, it's tough.
I can't say this. There is another documentary on Netflix, right? Because I was gonna try to dive into like Winning Time, but I don't know. For some reason, it is a good show. I watched. I think
I literally fell down to my knees when I found out that show got canceled. Like I literally,
a lot of people were disappointed. A lot of people were disappointed
because it was getting good. Like Pat Riley had just become the coach.
Oh, and why would they do it at that part?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. It was
maybe I think because they were getting so much backlash, like Laker players did not like
I don't think it was that.
It got to be a backlash.
I tell you, I don't think it's that, because I don't think people care, because you got so much people. Even with the backlash, fans were loving the show because it's so well produced. So I think what hurt it was, they promoted the heck out of season 1. Like I knew about season 1 before the show dropped and all that. I was there for episode 1 for season 1, and then for season 2. And I think the writer strike hurt and the actor strike hurt because a lot of people did not promote it. Like you didn't see a lot of promotion for season 2, roughly to like a week till the show dropped on television, where it was playing, like they were showing the previews and all that stuff. Like you didn't see a lot of promotion. I didn't see posters. I didn't see billboards. I didn't see ads. I didn't see none of that until the week of. And it's like, I don't think people realized that the show was back because this show had a huge fan base, basketball and non-basketball.
Mm-hmm. I remember my teacher. I forgot what her name was. My professor. She was. It was the film class was taking, and she was for some reason she
I think I
happened to
know who you're
be.
talking about. I think I know
Mm-hmm.
because I think I had that same. It was a cinematography class.
Yeah, it was something. I forgot what kind of. Yeah, it was something like that. It was something like that. But
Did
she
you have
was
to
into
take it in
sports.
bunks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I know
did.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I definitely.
I think she like light skin. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's
Shout out
crazy.
to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. Well, I remember she was a cool teacher. She played Clifton. I was like, oh, this don't look good. I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, because she was saying how she enjoyed winning time because she was like she was a sport person as she was a film person. So she
Yeah.
always talked about Illinois and all that, the whole nine. But she was the one that said she loved that show a lot. So that's how I know it really reached and touched a lot of people. But yeah, but we're going to dive back into that another time because we're kind of running short on time.
Yeah, we
So,
had 35. We want to move on to.
all right, so let's talk about Wemby versus Bol Bol. Now there was been a couple little rumblings, you know what I'm saying, about Wemby, by all means, my God, Wemby has been amazing to start the season. Now, where the rumblings of all this, right? And I think this been in the back of people's mind, but they just haven't, said it because he's been, promoted and hyped up to like this degree. But there's been one player at least with the same skill set. Maybe not to the perfection degree of Wemby, but literally the same type of player in a sense. And Bol
Yeah.
Bol. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And Bol Bol if you don't know who Bol Bol is, he is the son of Manute Bol
Former
and
NBA player.
former NBA player who played you didn't it's crazy because they said he came in like at an old age, but he was very dominant. I think he's like one of the top leaders in blocks
He
all
played.
time.
He played for the Washington Bullets at that
Yep.
time before they were the Wizards and Golden State, and finished his career with. Actually, he retired like in 94. Yeah, 94, 95. Finished his career with the Golden State Warriors. So he like around 93 to 94, he became somewhat of a journeyman from the looks of it. Like he went from Miami to Washington to Philly, and
But hey,
then finished with Golden State.
but
And he was
I'd
never a
say
point guy. He was never a point guy. He was always a block. He was a block machine.
blocks. And that's what's so shocking about Bol Bol because not only does he have the same height and size of his dad and he can block the shots, this man is so skilled, it's not even funny. But the only problem is that people trying to understand why does he keep bouncing from team to 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 team. He was with the Nuggets and we all thought, I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely like Jokic, learn him left behind Jokic. Oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the most like that's he got probably one of the skilled big men in the league. But it didn't pan out that way. So then Bol Bol ended up going to what was it, Detroit? And then they waved him off because like something
No,
about his medical.
he went. Oh my gosh, I gotta add
Or wait, or
him.
did he go to Orlando straight from
He got drafted by Denver, went to Orlando 2022, 2023, and then they sent him off to Phoenix, and he is currently with the Phoenix Suns.
yes. So yeah, Bobo has been they're trying to like label him as journeyman, but it's like I don't know. I don't know what it is with Bobo, why they're not
I wouldn't call him journeyman just yet,
they're trying
but
to label him that.
I know it. I don't. I
It's
personally
nasty.
like the guy, but let's start how this conversation versus Wimby versus Bobo started. This started with Shaq on TNT.
Go ahead,
So
read it.
they were discussing, and I got the quote. I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit. They were discussing how they were hyping up Wembyama and Shaq, who looks, I think, is has close ties with Bobo.
Mm-hmm.
Has close ties with Bobo. Was like, we've seen Wembyama for it. Charles and Kenny was like, no, we haven't, no, we haven't. And then Shaq brought up Bobo is the first 7'4" guy that we've seen come out with a handle, shoot the threes. Yes, y'all acting like y'all ain't never seen a guy like that before. Bobo is the first guy.
He was the first guy though.
Okay,
Like
that's true. Even though he was the first guy, now where is he now? We don't hear nothing about Bobo at all. Bobo's nearly at 24. Bobo literally has been has not averaged 10 points at all in his entire we're at 5 year career. You said he was drafted by Denver, which is true. Denver has a great
came out of
scouting team.
Oregon, by the way, just for
Came out
people
of
to know.
Oregon too. Denver has a great scouting team. They was gonna pair him up with Joker. Stayed 3 years in Denver. Got traded to Orlando. Did a year in Orlando.
I thought he had
Got
a chance in Orlando. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. Got traded to Phoenix. So I think there's a common theme here, but nobody wants to admit it, is that maybe they're questioning his work ethic. There's something to be seen here. Like, yo, why are you still here? Wemby comes in and fine. He's the second guy we've seen, 7'4" guy, handle, ability, shooting, all that. Wemby's pulling up buckets. Wemby's averaging 18. Now you could say that because of minutes, Wemby's getting more time than Bol Bol. But a thing is that again, Bol Bol's been on 4 teams now. I think a question that has to be asked, like, yo, are they questioning his work ethic? I'm not. I'm just thinking that what's the reason why you did 3 years in Denver and that was it. And since then it's been bounced after it's been a year, bounced, and then a new team. So right now he's on the Suns. He's played 2 games. He's got averaging 1 point. I'm not even gonna read off these stats. So these are pointless stats.
I just don't even like the slander that comes with it. So I just hate the fact that people are ignoring that there was a 7-foot guy before. Like, so that's why I'm siding with Shaq on this one, right? But like you said, you hit a very important point. There's something there that is lacking why he's not getting the type of run that he is. And there was a huge argument on Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
I'm about to say, I was about to quote Gil. Like, Gil talked about this, about getting minutes. Like, you gotta want that. You gotta outplay everybody. You gotta prove that you the best on the court in order to get these minutes.
And you don't think he's doing that?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have the answer, because I'm not trying to slander the guy, because personally I do like him, because I think he's a cool dude and all that. But it's just like there's something wrong here. And again, you could count that, and a lot of people are trying to bring up the race factor. Wemby's light skin, Bobo's dark skin. And it's like,
I'm not trying to hear that.
I'm not trying to hear that either. And it's like, yo, dog, I think one might be better than the other.
I mean, let's just put a spade. All right, let's call it a spade. Like, dude, they're both the same, right? Wemby is nice as hell.
Yeah.
Let's not just say that he's just like, oh, he's just another 7. No, Wemby's nice as hell.
Wemby can ball. Like
Wemby can really ball. He can
run the floor, shoot, handle. Like, Wemby's
his
got
shooting
all
is
that.
way better. I can say he can shoot better than Bol Bol. I can say that.
I would say that too.
Handle and Bol Bol, they might go hand in hand.
They might be the same.
The only thing is that I wish that they could both do a defense.
It's tough because Wemby doesn't play the best defense, and neither does Bol Bol.
But they're both built like twigs. They're both like toothpicks. Yeah. Like, so I mean, like, built like me. Like, come on now. Like, but like,
it's tough, dude, on that last part. Defense, I don't know. Rebounding, they're both excellent. They're excellent at rebounding.
I mean, yeah, because they're 7-foot frame. You know what? I think this might be the thing, right? Could it be like he's using his talent so much that he probably doesn't have to put in that much effort for him? Is it like
an Allen Iverson thing? Is it like Allen Iverson?
But that's the difference with AI. AI was a bucket regardless. Like,
that's the only thing I could come to my head right now, is that it's the talent that AI was a bucket getter, and he didn't really practice a lot because of his natural talent. Versus Bol Bol, you could say, I'm not saying Bol Bol doesn't practice. Again, I don't know. What I'm saying is that I'm trying to answer your question, is that if Bol Bol is just the dude who relies so much on his talent, then there's probably no work ethic. Because at the end of the day, you still got to work on the talent. You still got to refine it.
And I feel like that's why Denver got rid of him to a certain degree. I don't know what happened in Orlando, but that's why I feel like Denver got rid
really thought he was going to thrive in Orlando, because he averaged like 21 minutes in Orlando.
Yeah, but what did he do in those time in that 21 minutes?
That's a good point. For the field goal percentage, he shot like 50. What am I looking at? 54%. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. He averaged 9 points. The closest he ever had to 10 was in Orlando. I thought Orlando was going to be the fit to him, and Orlando said, yeah, shot 54%. Yeah.
All right, I gotta also fact check this as well, but like, what is the average, like, for a big man? Not for, because I know it's like for guards, like, if they can reach the 50, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But for a big man, I feel like you should be above 50. You know what I'm saying? From the field, even if you don't even score like that, I feel like you should still be above 50.
I can see above 50. I would say around 45 and 50 to me. 60? But definitely above 50 personally. Like, especially if you're a big man. I guess, I take that back. I'm thinking more of a 4 or 2. I would say,
Great big
I would
man.
say, big man. If you're a center, you gotta be above 50 because you get, especially if Bobo's height. Like you like dog. You just gotta put your arms up. That's it.
Literally, and it's 7 feet freaking plus. Come on, dog. Like
7'2". I got the
yeah,
7'2". I got the actual height.
like come on, man. Like I it might be just a work ethic thing. I don't know. We could
I
both
think
we
it
could
is
both
a
be
work.
wrong.
I think
We
it's.
could be wrong.
I hope I'm wrong. Like I really am hope I'm wrong because I do like to do and I want him to get minutes. I think he could be a great asset to a team. But like it 4 years, 3 different teams. It's
They're
it
trying to
that
journeyman him. I'm
and
telling you.
and again, he's only 22, about to be no, excuse me, 23. He's about to be 24 in November 16th. Next week he'll be 24. In fact, so it's like 14 is kind of glaring at 24,
I mean, maybe
especially
it could
when
also be situation. No, I can't even say that either because it's
what was
like
his draft? What was his round? What was his draft round? I
he
believe
was
was
like
he
the
the first
40.
round,
He was like the 40 something pick in the
40
second round.
second round. Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
like, all right. I'm like, I thought because I wasn't sure if he was the first rounder. I couldn't remember or not, but
no,
I
he
I,
wasn't the
I
first
don't
rounder,
I don't know.
unfortunately.
Do you think Bobo needs to do some time in the G League?
I feel like he
'Cause it,
did do time in the G League already. I
he
just
did
don't
okay.
know what it. I just don't know what's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are teams? Is it something that they're not like the philosophy of the team? Does it not fit for him? Is it the work
I
ethic thing that's not working out for him? I don't know, but I can definitely. But to your point originally, or to Shaq's point originally, I agree with him wholeheartedly that this is not the first 7-footer, skilled 7-footer that we have seen in this league. And Bol Bol, they're not like they're not glazing the man, but they are like. He's a bit more, he's an efficient version of Bol Bol. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. But at the same time, why is the same archetype player, literally the same archetype player, not getting the same opportunities as this number one pick? And you realize that too, right? This was a number one pick versus a 44 pick, and they're the same freaking build.
mhm.
Like, that's really crazy.
I
Like,
have one more aspect to that. The players were talking about Wemby before we even realized who Wemby was.
and you know what the crazy? I remember seeing that damn video about Rudy Gobert and him playing against him. I
Yeah,
remember that, bro. And it was crazy
like
because people was laughing and but no, dude was really like
you
giving him
had
buckets.
I remember LeBron, Giannis, all them talking about Wemby before Wemby even came out. Nobody ever talked about Bobo ever, as far as we know. As far as I know, I don't recall. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I would need somebody to fact check me. But I don't remember seeing packages on ESPN about a
Bobo at all.
7'2", 7'3" center in France, or in this case, Bobo in Sudan or in Oregon, putting up crazy numbers, stealing the show, having players talk about him. So
It's crazy
Wemby was
because
hype.
Taco Fall got more press than he did.
Taco Fall did. Where's Taco now?
Taco, I don't know. I've seen him on what's it called podcast the other day. What
Who?
was it? Jeff,
Gil?
I think Jeff Teague podcast.
Jeff
The
T.
five,
Okay.
yeah, Club 520.
I
Yeah,
wonder what happened to Taco. I know he played for Boston for a couple years. I always thought Taco was fun, but
Taco. That boy was trash. I'm
he
sorry.
was trash. But it was just fun because everybody would hype him up to see him.
But what you hyping Taco up for? That boy was trash.
I
Like,
don't know. It's just that Taco is like super tall, and I don't know, bro. It's fans. It's the fans. Like I
because the
never thought
man name
Taco
is
was good.
Taco. The
Yeah,
man
I
name
never
is
thought
Taco.
Taco was like actual like great or anything. I thought they was actually gonna send him to the G League too. Maybe they already had. Maybe they already
They
did.
did.
They
That's the
did.
problem.
Okay. I thought like I feel like they sent him to the G League too. And
They
I'm not
did, and it
knocking the
still
G
didn't
League.
equate to nothing.
I'm not knocking G League either. Shout out because I worked for a G League team. Shout out to Delaware Blue Coats. We start our
Shout
season
out to Delaware Blue
tomorrow.
Coats.
But
Mm-hmm.
I never like I just thought like I feel like a lot of players who are struggling in the regular season might need to go to the G League to get some reps, like to help out,
That
like if
is
they
how
do
they
that.
get better, though. Like, even there's some players that happen to go down to the G League and kill in the
Jordan
G League.
Poole went to the G League.
Like, he became a way better player. He became the player he is now.
That's not a good thing to say when you say it like that. That's not.
But it is, though. Think about it, though.
Yeah,
Like, he
yes,
literally
okay,
became the player
okay,
he is
okay,
now.
okay. But when you say it like that, this is the same dude who takes a half court three for no reason at all when you can
Hey,
let the play
man.
develop.
Yeah, it's true. But hey,
So
when you
unless
come
you
to a
put
system
Ruby
like
Rose in
Golden
front of
State,
him, he ain't putting up. You saw the live, right? You saw the live. You saw the clip, right? I saw it. I was like, that's what it was like. Like, yeah, that explains why he did a lot of pass. I'm like, Ruby Rose is in the building. I said, yo.
I gotta stop with this, yo. That how every player just started tweaking when there's celebrity in the building. Remember when they said the same thing about Manuel quickly when they said Ice Spice was in the building, they said Quick went off.
That was Jordan Poole too. Jordan Poole had an Ice Spice moment too.
No.
Like I can't. When you see the baddie, you want to show out. Like, yo, give me the ball.
Hey, I can't get mad at that. Respectfully, try to get the shorty to notice you. Like, oh, maybe like just don't fall. Don't
get your
don't
ankles
fall.
broken. Don't get your ankles broken. Don't shoot no air ball.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's getting worse in front of it. Like you shoot and you airball in front of a baddie, or you fall in front of it. I think fall.
Just fall. Because that air ball, you can always blame it on like my timing, my arm, whatever. You can make an excuse for the air ball. That you can't make no excuse for getting your ankle is broken, bro.
Nah, you can't. You can't even.
Once that crossover comes, you just fall. Like, ooh, nah.
Like Meek Mill said, he was like, "It's over.
It's over.
over."
You will meme and everything. Like, yo, people, because air ball's hard to get. Everybody's gonna shoot the air ball at least once or twice. When you fall, bro.
Everybody, that's on forever.
Like,
you definitely 15 minutes of fame probably gonna go on for like
30
years. Yeah,
30 years. Like it's like a poster. It's going on for 30 years, bro. I still remember where I saw Joe Johnson cross over Paul Pierce. I said,
"Oh my goodness, oh my gosh!" You know, I'm about to go see my boy later too, and I'm gonna definitely bring that up to him. I'm like, "Yo, remember when Paul Pierce just got the mini heme?"
I said,
that was
good. Over, bro. My man, one of my friends back when I was a kid used to when he came over to my crib one time, he visited, right? We went to the court. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't play ball now. Like I don't play ball. So my man went up against one of my homies in the neighborhood. Crossed him so bad. I was like, dog, I never let him live in there. I said, dog, it's over. Come on home.
He said, "It's over. Come on.
Come on home."
I ain't gonna lie.
Let's walk back. Let's walk back home, bro. Let's walk back home.
Look, bro. Look, I took one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still standing on it to this day. I technically fell, but I did fall, right? But
you got crossed,
right? But no. This is the thing, right? I slipped on gravel. It was the court. All right, the way that the court. This was at like the school called Paz, right? And it was they had like this little like sand like gravel thing in some parts of the court. I'm not gonna lie, I had these Kobe Venom. My boy call them phenomenons, but I think they're called Venoms or something.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I fell, and it was the gravel fault. It wasn't me. It was definitely the gravel fault. But to move on, right? Let's talk about LeBron, because you know he's making a couple of noise this week in regards to saying that if he really Miami didn't make him or Heat culture didn't really make him, he was always gonna be like that regardless. Now,
I think he said, I'm not sure. I think he said like, yo, I would have still been the same, like same dominance, but just less rings.
Right. And I feel like he does have a point when he says that. And according to Brian Windhorst, right? Because I was watching First Take today. According to Brian Windhorst, he's saying that what Stephen A said and then what he said, right? Because Stephen A was going based off the fact that he still needed Miami in order to be.
I agree with that. Right? I think he needed Miami.
Right. But they're both right in a degree because Bron went to the finals without a D Wade, without any of those pieces.
Here's the thing.
Anderson Varejao to the damn finals.
Here's the thing, and I'm glad we're talking about this because I did like this topic when we talked about it in our meeting, that because I found this very interesting, like too, when I thought about it in my head, like my mind goes crazy, like, well, what if LeBron never went to Miami? Like, who would he be? Would he still be the same dude? And I said to myself, LeBron would still be everything that we see LeBron is now. Dominant player, one of the greatest players of all time, MVPs, all-stars, all-time scoring leader. The only thing I would say, if he never went to Miami, I don't think he has 4 rings. I think he's got 2 or at least 1. I think he needed the Heat because think about it, where he played at. He played in Cleveland. Cleveland is a small market organization, even with LeBron. LeBron makes it a major market because it's LeBron. LeBron himself is a major market. Like Cleveland, like small markets do not get big free agent superstars. They just don't. The only way small markets get big superstars is trading or drafting. That's the only way. So if he would have stayed in Cleveland, would they have ever gotten Kyrie Irving? I don't know, because they would have had.
I don't think Bron had a losing season that
exactly.
That
I don't think he would never have a losing season to that degree, but they would be like a lottery pick. That happened after LeBron left Cleveland. In fact, when they got Kyrie, they could have still got Kevin Love, sure, but via trade. They could have got some other superstar via a trade. but would that still be enough? Remember, LeBron went to Miami not only to figure out how to win, he had to figure out how to beat the Boston Celtics, who had KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Rondo, Kendrick Perkins, Glenn Davis. They had a stacked crew with Doc Rivers and company. And the thing about this is my final point, and I said this in our meeting too. The Heat had already won. They had dudes who had won. They had a culture. They had a championship pedigree. They had Pat Riley, Lonzo Mourning, Udonis Haslem, Eric Spoelstra. Well, he wasn't really he was a champion, but he wasn't a coach. He was a coach at that point. But and obviously D Wade. He had to go to learn how to create a culture similar to Heat culture. Let's put it like that. And because I think I think the best example to this is Tom Brady when he left New England. He took the Patriot way with him to Tampa Bay, and they won championship or won a championship. I'll say it like that. So
I mean, but then again, the quarterback is like one of the most important positions.
Yeah, it is a little bit different. I'm just using the example of someone who was in a winning culture, taking it and going somewhere else. So when he left the Heat, he
took that winning culture to Cleveland.
He took it to Cleveland with Kyrie and Kevin Love and became champions. He took it to LA, which LA has already had a winning culture. But by that time when LeBron got there, most of the vets of LA had retired or left. So he had to reestablish a winning culture, so to speak, in LA. And I don't know that's probably going I mean that like he had to reestablish it. Like they had lost it because they hadn't been to the finals in God knows how many years.
Look, they were still in the rebuilding type of thing. All right. The only reason why they got him is because that man signed there. If he didn't sign there, he really didn't bring no winning culture. Because if he bring the winning culture,
he wanted to elevate his brand. And plus Bronny, I think Bronny was going to USC or going to high school in actually no, he wasn't going to USC. He was going to high school in LA, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was going to Sierra Canyon in California.
Yeah. So he just want I just want to be the rest of my son instead of being in Cleveland, Ohio, and all that. So I'm not no. I think LeBron James will still be LeBron. I just think he would be less ring. He'll be less ring.
So you're trying to tell me that Heat culture didn't help make him like Heat culture?
No, 100% agree that Heat culture made him. I 100% agree. I 100% agree that Heat culture helped make LeBron James the champion that he is now.
So you agree? So do you actually think that if he really? All right, let's say Miami. Let's say he never went to Miami.
You never went to Miami. Okay.
How many rings do you think the man would have had?
I honestly think he would have got 2. I just
think Cleveland.
I think so because he wouldn't be able to recruit anybody to Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland if LeBron couldn't recruit even during his early Cleveland days. What makes you think he would still be able to recruit even if he stayed there forever?
I mean, that is still Bron.
I don't think he would be able to recruit because at the end you still need recruit. You still need superstars. He had Mo Williams and that center name that I can't even think of. I can't name
Anderson Varejao.
Yeah, I can't even think. I couldn't think of his name. They retired his number I think a couple years ago too, but they didn't have enough. He lost to San Antonio when he first went there. LeBron didn't know how to win a championship. There was obviously he had a choke factor in him. Especially that show when he played up against the Dallas Mavericks.
He still got that damn choke factor. Well, okay, maybe not entirely.
Not. Okay, don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful, Shoner. That's disrespectful.
But all right, it's the right plays that he makes, but it's not choking.
I get that, but
it's the right plays that he makes, but it's not choking.
The crushing the plays is different from actually shrinking in a finals matchup. He shrunk against Dallas. They was calling him the frozen one. He passed the ball. He deferred all of that. That's it took D Wade really to help get him through that. I'm not discrediting LeBron's legacy in the Heat or the Cleveland days. I just think when you think about that Eastern Conference back then, it was still stacked. Like LeBron, LeBron shifted the power balance when he went to the Miami Heat, but it was still stacked. I don't think he will be 4 champion LeBron. I think he'll be probably a 2-time champion. At best 3.
Not even. I don't even think he have much. To be real with you, because you saw the evolution of all these teams. All right, let's take what's it called out of the equation, right? Let's say he lost to Dallas, right?
Yes.
The next year, who was in the finals with him?
Kevin Durant.
Who was beating them?
No,
besides
the Heat.
Without LeBron?
Yeah,
But let's say LeBron never went to Cleveland.
you
I
mean
mean,
when he
I
never
said
went to
Cleveland. Oh my gosh, never went to Miami.
and
Who is he?
and they, let's say Cleveland ran up against OKC. I don't think Cleveland LeBron. And again, I don't know who's on that current roster of Cleveland LeBron
He's not
against the
winning.
OKC. I don't think they beaten OKC.
I'm not gonna lie. If he didn't ever went to
Actually,
Miami,
no,
he wouldn't. No,
maybe, probably not. But I don't know. It's tough because that was still a young OKC team that was still trying to figure out how to win too.
but they was winning. That's
They were
the
winning,
problem.
but again, playoff finals basketball is not the same basketball. It's a little bit. It's more pressure. It's added stuff. There's like
It's more pressure. You are absolutely
it's
right,
like
and
that.
everything is
Palms get
more
sweaty.
condensed.
The lights get brighter. I'll see the lights get 20 times more brighter than it is in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, trust me. Go ask Max Struess. Go ask Gabe Vincent. Go ask Caleb Martin. They'll tell you.
Yeah,
They'll tell
like
you.
it's different. This is why you need another superstar, even though that's not always some. Yeah, actually, that is the case. I would say that you always need another superstar that help you with that. Because sometimes, depending on who you got, your role players may not show up. One of your superstars may not show up, so you need somebody to show up, bro.
I just don't think Braun would have won, even if he
I
stayed
think
in
he would have
Cleveland.
got one. I think he'd have got
Nah,
one if he stayed in Cleveland. If he got
nah,
one, I
nah.
think I think I don't. I'm 100% he ain't getting full. He not getting full without leaving Cleveland.
He's not
But
getting one if he stayed there. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't getting like if he never went to Miami, what is he really like? Look at the way they were surrounding him now, right? It's the same GM.
yeah.
There was nothing that was gonna change from that, unless
So
he
if you
absolutely went to another team. Like if he would have went to the Knicks when they said he was supposed to go to the Knicks with Melo and them. Okay, maybe.
then he would have got more rings. Then he would have got some more rings
Okay,
because I
that's
think
what I'm
because then
saying.
now you can recruit in New York because New York is also a big media market and people want to build their brands there.
But then you still got the Knicks. But then you still had to think about the powerhouses at the time. You still had the Celtics that was the powerhouse. You
Yeah,
had the
three big
Heat that
three.
was still trying to compete. You
I
had
think the Heat
Toronto
were. I think
still
Heat.
had
I think the real powerhouse was still Boston, even at that time. I think the Heat was still competitive. Toronto.
Chicago.
Oh yeah, D Rose
D
and them.
Rose.
Ooh, I forgot all
That's what I'm
about
saying.
that. Yeah.
LeBron versus D Rose in a
Oh.
playoff series by himself.
Oh.
Think about that.
Carlos Boozer. And
They
I
was some
forgot. What's
dogs.
my man with the man bun? I forgot. Joakim Noah. Oh.
Taj Gibson,
Oh
Luol
yeah.
Deng. Stop playing, man.
Yeah.
Kurt
Oh,
Heinrich.
I don't know if he would.
There
Yeah.
was some dogs on that
You
team.
might be changing my mind. You might be changing my mind that he would have
Because
won
I'm
the
thinking
one.
about from the time aspect. I'm like, all right, if Braun never went to Cleveland, he's not winning. Like I'm just looking at
You mean
the
LeBron
power
never went to
strength.
Miami?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep saying Cleveland. I don't know why I keep saying Cleveland. But yeah, if he never went to Miami, he's not really with. All right, yes, he's absolutely right with the less rings, but I don't even think he may have won his first ring. You know what I'm saying? Because the
That's
team wasn't going to surround him with
yeah.
talent. The East was already like it was
It was still
mid,
stacked. It
but
was
it
still
was
stacked.
stacked. It
It was
was
still
stacked.
stacked.
You know what I'm saying? You still had Dwight. Oh, wait, did Dwight go to
Dwight was still, I think, with Orlando before he went to the Lakers. Because by the time he went to the Lakers, LeBron was already in the Heat winning championships.
You know what I'm saying? What other there and what Chicago, Boston? I mean, let me put Boston first. Boston,
Boston,
Chicago,
Heat.
the Heat to a degree.
I would say New York,
Oh
Orlando.
yeah, New York was competitive as hell. Orlando,
I don't know what Atlanta's
uh,
situation was back then. I'm like my brain can't
Atlanta,
go there.
they made it, but they missed. They made it and missed.
I feel like they was
So man,
inconsistent.
yeah, it was very inconsistent. And
The
then
Nets,
it
the
gets
Nets maybe with Joe Johnson and Daryl. Did Daryl Rams come out? That was after they moved to Brooklyn.
no. Darren Williams was there in Jersey.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Also, maybe the
I don't
Nets
think
was
they
still.
made the playoffs till they got to Brooklyn though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they made the playoffs till they got to Brooklyn
So
because I remember they
it
still had Brook
had.
Lopez too.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm looking. That's how I'm looking at it from like
Even
the.
Philly would have been competitive. I feel like this is before process.
Oh yeah, they did make it to the.
This is pre-process. Like they still had Iggy.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, and they took a game from Cleveland. I mean, from Miami when he was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, you may got me. I might be coming onto your side with the whole. He may not won in Cleveland if he still stayed.
I just don't think he would have got an A ring. You know what I'm saying? If he stayed in
I
Cleveland,
I
maybe
still
if he
think he
went to
would have.
another
But
team.
we still agree that he would have still been league scoring champ and MVPs
Yes,
and all that. Yes.
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh
None. I'm
yeah.
not taking none of that
Because a lot
away.
of people saying that he would have been like more in the GOAT conversation if he stayed in Cleveland. I'm like, dog, I don't think he still would have been in the GOAT. I think he would still be in it, but I don't think it would be as close as we say it is now. I
Exactly.
think we're
Just
saying it's
because,
closer
yeah.
because he's doing all this, and especially in year 21, and still possibly able to win a championship in his 21st season. Versus like, dog, you talking about a team that never surrounded him with jack. He never had even a B-star superstar.
Antoine Jameson, Ben Wallace, Anderson Varejao. I mean, not
No,
not Antoine, not
I would
Anderson
have to
Varejao
Google
because he
that
already been
roster, but
there.
I know that roster was not good.
Bro, they
Somehow
had Mo Williams.
he had to carry that squad against everybody in the Eastern Conference Final just to get to the finals.
You know what I'm saying? Delonte West. I'm not even too
Don't bring
nasty.
that name up.
Nope. I'm not even
Don't.
going.
Let's not bring that. Let's move on to the next topic.
Yep. Because look, that's already showing you right there what would have happened if he never would have left. If he didn't go to Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Let's move on. Let's move on from that.
So now we're gonna talk about Mr. James Harden. Okay. Now, if you guys haven't, avid basketball fans, you know what happened to James Harden. And for those that don't know what happened to James Harden, that man left to go back to his home state all the way
He
all
from
the way
LA?
back in California. Yeah, they all. That's why,
Oh, they all
and it's
from
crazy.
California.
Before they
Okay.
made that graphic on ESPN, I predicted it. I was like, once they had like rumors of him going to the Clippers, I'm like, all right, that's the dream right there. That's what Steve Ballmer want. He wants all the Cali natives, right, to get a championship. There's only one Cali native missing, but I know damn well this will never happen, ever happen. They got to get DeMar DeRozan on there,
I
but
don't think they getting him.
that's never gonna happen. Mind you, if they would have done it like maybe like 2-3 years ago when he signed for 3 years, 70 something mil, he probably could have made it. Could have, but that's here or there. That's not here or there, right? Now you got all the Cali boys on one team. You got Russ, Kawhi, PG, and Harden all on the same team. And the Sixers, they made this trade after Josh had reported saying that they told his butt to stay in Camden. The Sixers ended up trading James Harden and PJ Tucker and the guy named Philip
I don't know who that dude
Petru
is at all.
Petrusev.
I don't know who that dude is at all.
I don't know. I never heard of Philip, but they sent those three
I
guys
never
to
heard
the
of Philip.
Clippers.
Sound as funny as heck to be. Never heard of Philip.
That's crazy because it's not even with a PHI. It's just FILIP. Philip. Philip. Anyway, right? They sent it to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, who is now a 76er again, Nick Batum, and KJ Martin, who just happened to be a free agent signing from the Rockets. And it's kind of crazy because I hear what's his name, Kenya Martin talking about it, saying like,
Yeah, that's his son, ain't it? That's
yeah,
his
that's his
son.
son. That's
Yeah,
his
okay.
son. And it's even more messed up because they were both on PG Pod talking about, oh yeah, you're gonna throw the lobs to you, you're gonna be crazy, and he get traded. That right now did not age well at all. And not only did they
I
just
will
send
say
those
I did see
players,
that. I did see the post trade podcast they did. This is old now by now, but how Kenya was. I didn't even ever thought about this. Like especially when you got your family, like certain family, like Kenya lives in the LA area too. So now your oldest son is now got to go over to Philly. And I think KJ would do a great job in Philly too. But now
I
you
just
got to
don't.
like the family aspect might change up because they're not going to like some of the families like nieces and nephews not going to be able to see the kid no more. So
I
I
mean,
do
hey,
feel bad for that. But
dude was all the way in Houston, so I mean, they had to still make that trip.
yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
But not only did they do that, they also the Clippers they gave up a 2028 unprotected first round pick, two
Yep.
second-round picks,
Yep.
and a 2029 pick swap in addition to a first round pick from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That's 4 picks.
Lord have mercy, all that for these three players, right? Now, if it was just for James Harden by himself, I would say this is probably the most ridiculous trade in NBA history.
It's still a ridiculous trade
But
even without James Harden.
all right, Josh, give me your take on it because you've been itching
I
about this.
really feel like the Clippers lost this trade. Now Jerry is still out. Maybe they can fix it, but right now it's not looking good. James Harden has really they you threw a lot. You put a dam in front of into this river or ocean, whatever you want to call it. Like they were flowing. Like not Oklahoma, the Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard were flowing. They were one of the better offensive trios in the league. They were balling, they were winning, and Russell Westbrook looked amazing. Now with the implemented James Harden, you got four ball hoggers. Really, you got four ball hoggers, and it's like they're trying to figure it out. as I mentioned, I think we mentioned earlier. I don't know if I mentioned earlier that they lost against both the New York teams, the Nets and the Knicks. They didn't score 100 points.
Right.
So now it's like, yo, dog, you're trying to figure this out. Like
I mean, they just got him, so I'm giving them the benefit of the
yeah,
doubt.
I'm
I'm gonna
saying,
give them the benefit of the doubt.
but the thing about James is, I think they all can't start. Somebody got to go to the bench,
Put
and I
Russ
think
back
it's
on the
got to
bench.
be. I think it's got to be James. I think James got to go to the bench, but James is not going to want to go to the bench.
So put Russ back on the bench. Russ already know what it's like to come off the bench. But that's the thing, though. They revitalized him for him to be a
Exactly,
starter
like
on
he
that
was start
team.
exactly. That's
So
why I'm
that's
like,
the only problem.
you really want Russ to come off the bench again? Now maybe he can do it because I think Russell's at the point of his career, like he realized like I can't be that go-to dude anymore. But Russell was playing better in the starting lineup with Kawhi and PG before James got
Amazing.
there. And they
Amazing.
also in this trade they lost all their forwards. So they lost
I mean,
Nicholas Batum.
they still got man. Man can
Man, but
try.
their forwards are thinking now Kawhi, PG, and man, that's it. They only got three forwards. They were like I think they were
Uh,
deep in forwards with Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris, and Robert Covington.
yeah, Robert Covington was like damn.
And I think that's gonna be the biggest loss to them is Robert Covington because even shout out my man Mo, who a big Clippers fan, he broke this down too. It's just like, he broke that part too about the forwards. I didn't even peep that they lost the majority of their forwards. The thing about it is also I looked at is that you traded so much for James. PJ Tucker, I also get that you got PJ Tucker, and he's a great defensive player. He's a little bit of a liability on offense, but you just need him to make a couple threes here and there. But when it comes to the James thing, it's like, dog, I get you're going all in, but I feel like I really felt like you could compete even without James. I think you could have been one of the best teams even without James. And the fact that you traded a lot of the draft capital for that, and this is a dude that we kind of all see as a cooked person in terms of his bat. Like maybe he can still give you 15 here and there, but in terms of the playoff stat, it's just like it goes downhill from there.
Oh yeah, and by the way, they definitely Philip was a power forward, and then they released him, and I either released him or they sent him to Sacramento because all I know is that he has a Sacramento uniform on.
Also,
And he's
my man Mo was telling me they were trying to clear up their expiring contract, like Nicholas Batum. So maybe they're trying to
but Nick
re-sign.
Batum was a great piece for that team.
He was, but maybe
Like
now you're like, okay, are you trying to re-sign James Harden next season?
I guess, but then like what
I
money are you gonna have to sign
dog.
anybody else? Who is in the but you're not gonna sign Andre Drummond.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like who else are you gonna sign out in a buy? Because there's gonna be teams that's gonna be like looking to like, fill those roster spots within a big
James is
a
looking like
forward.
for a max too. Yo. He wants max money, and he's not a max player anymore.
No, he is a max player still, but he's just
You
not
think he's a max player?
to the degree.
I don't think he's a max player
His
anymore.
play makes him a max play because everybody's so fixated on what he did in Houston. Look what he did with Philly. It's not the best stint, but look what he did with Philly. He's still
Which is,
average.
but
He led
that's
the
the
league in
thing.
assists.
But that's the thing. Philly was the best fit for him.
Was the best fit for him.
I feel like it still is the best fit. Well, maybe now because Maxey now eating. Now, if you kept James, Maxey will have to. Maxey numbers will now still be Maxey still wouldn't be Maxey versus without James. So there's that. But I really felt like Philly was the best fit for him. You would get the ball in your hand. You could distribute. You could do whatever you want to do because now you got Embiid. Now you go to a team like Russell can't play off ball like that. PG can play off ball a little bit. And same thing with Kawhi. James definitely can't play off ball.
Yeah, he's not a catch and shoot guy. I'll tell you that.
So it's like, most of these dudes need the ball in their hand to do their magic.
All right, so who do you think? So out of all of them, right, who do you think actually can help bring that together? Could it be Russ?
I don't know. I really don't know. I
You know
think
what I'm saying? Because like they got the best tenure of playing together. They're the only two people that played with each other.
They do. I would say that they do have the best tenure because of their OKC days and not Russ, but the Houston Rockets days. But the thing is, you got a lot of egos, dude, and somebody's going to sacrifice. To me, I think it's between Russ and James. Personally, James.
Yeah, because PG not sacrificing.
I don't think
Kawhi, the best person on that team. He definitely
he's not sacrificing. And
Russ have to run it through Kawhi.
Russ went through hell with the Lakers and revitalized. Like Russ played amazing in that playoff run against the Phoenix Suns, which they ultimately lost. And I felt like if they had PG Kawhi, this could have been a different series, if not a better series.
I thought they was gonna win.
Yeah,
I honestly thought they was gonna beat the
like
Suns in that series.
I don't think they would have beat them without Kawhi or PG. They need at least one of them, and they probably if they had one of them, then I think they would have knocked off the Phoenix Suns. But it's just that again, someone's got to sacrifice. I don't know who, and I think James has to sacrifice. Also, another thing I googled this is that these between PG, Russell, and James, them dudes got the most playing time in the league without a championship. They've been in the league for a long time without, not even outside of Chris Paul, obviously, without sniffing the championship. Even at NBA finals, even the finals.
Let alone the finals.
Like Russ and James hasn't been into finals since what? 2012? I mean 2012? I don't know why I keep saying 012. I don't know why I do that.
But that you are absolutely right though. Like they have not sniffed, seen, looked since back then.
When was the last time
You know
James been to the conference? When was the last time James been to the conference finals?
Since
Oh, you lagged out.
That was the second round.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. That was terrible. Now I think about it. That Joe, he really hasn't been there in a long time. Probably since when he was like when they faced the Warriors. No.
Was that Houston?
It was in Houston. It was in Houston, but I forgot.
Yeah. Okay, it was Houston. I think him and Chris Paul. Wasn't it him and Chris Paul on the same team when they played Golden State in the conference finals and they lost?
No.
Oh no, it was the semifinal because Chris Paul hadn't been to the conference finals yet at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's been a minute. Like, yo, dog, they have the most to lose and the most to gain.
That's nasty.
That's why I feel like now we could, because we had over an hour now too, so we might as well wrap it up soon. But we'll wrap it up with the Sixers. Is that Tyrese Maxey? Like the Sixers right now won this trade to me. They got a lot of trade capital. They got some great players in Marquise Morris, KJ Martin, Robert Covington, and Nick Batum. Robert Covington, Nick Batum, KJ Martin. I feel like I messed somebody's name up right there.
You realize how good those role players are about to be for that team in terms of like kick out, like catch and shoot threes and kickouts and cuts.
I'll add another one. Tyrese Maxey, who was, like we said earlier, might be on his way to being an all-star this year, who has been eating since James Harden fiasco. I think he's averaging maybe 20, maybe 25, been balling. And you also are helping and keep the case of helping you know where I'm about to go with this. Plead the case to Embiid to stay in Philadelphia instead of asking for a trade or leaving.
Yeah, because you got Maxey. Yeah.
Exactly. And now we can get some. And now that we got draft capital, we can trade for some other players, maybe a third-tier superstar if Tobias still don't work out. And I'm not still big on Tobias. We'll see what Kelly.
Well, they said he stepped up. Tobias averaging it like about 20, right? About 18 to 20 now.
Yeah, I think I will see what the jury's still out on Kelly Oubre and Tobias. We'll see. But if they don't, you can trade for some other players. It's not right. It's not looking good for the Clippers right now. It's not. And the Sixers are up. They're 6-1. They won six straight. Number one in the East. And I think I was like, I had to tell Aiden, and I said, I apologize. I did not expect the Sixers to be this good this early on to the season. I am shocked of how far Tyrese Maxey has progressed. And what Tyrese Maxey in his third year?
Third year, yeah.
Third year, he again all-star level player with the either way, he's on his way to being a all-star.
Oh, you know what that also means too, right? That means big money.
Oh yeah, he's playing for a contract. Paid. Yeah, he's playing for a contract. And I like how he's doing it. That he let my game speak. I'm letting my game speak for me, bro.
And it was seen it last year. It was speaking last year, and now it's just screaming. It's screaming this year.
Yeah, and I like that. And I like when players like, yo, let your game talk. Don't let your agent talk. You let your game talk. You can still let the agent negotiate. Let the game tell you, like, yo, this is why you want me, and this is why you're gonna pay me big money.
I ain't gonna lie. You could tell when certain players are playing. You know who's in there for their contract year.
Yeah.
Like PJ Washington, I saw you last season, boy. Yeah. You was nice. You was mad nice.
Even Shy playing for like a big another contract, bro.
Hey, but Shade, he just that boy nice.
Yeah,
40. Hey, I'm gonna do it again. Look. Like, come on, dog. That's crazy. Like, hey, yo, man, 43.
Even Chet had 30, bro. I was like, yo, Chet played like he played.
Chet, you don't understand. Like, he's just a more. I can't even. I don't even know. We're gonna have to save the Thunder topic for a different day. But just shout out to that boy Chet because that boy been balling. But despite what Andre Drummond did to him in Chicago, that boy been balling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. It's crazy, man. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, look out for the in-season tournament out tomorrow. You want to give out? Let's do a quick predictions. All right, I'm gonna go through the list, and then you tell me what you think. All right. So you tell me, yay or nay, or you could just tell me who you think is gonna win in this aspect. So we got the Sixers at Detroit, at the Sixers at Pistons.
Sixers.
Okay. Okay. I got
Yeah,
Sixers
that's
as well.
Sixers. I got Sixers.
Hornets at Wizards.
Ooh, give me the Wizards. I want Jordan Poole. Give me the Wizards. That's a pick 'em, but give me the Wizards.
I'm gonna take the Hornets because like I said, I have an odd fondness for watching them a lot this year.
Their
Not just
offense is.
because
They play good offense. I like their offense is exciting. I'll say that.
it's like it's G League professional, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
but even last year, like their offense was exciting to watch. So that's what everybody told me.
Right. Nets at Celtics.
Ooh, I think this might be a good one. I'm gonna go Boston though.
Ooh, the way the Nets been riding lately.
What's
Mm,
what's the in who's I guess Cam Thomas is out. So
I guess Boston then.
yeah, because he got an ankle injury. I don't know if I don't think they're gonna play him. I honestly don't think they're gonna play on Friday. This was
Damn.
Thursday too, and Ben Simmons is
Damn.
day to day, but it's questionable for the Friday matchup.
Oh, then it's over. It's over.
And then you got Cameron Johnson, who's also out for Friday. So that's why I'm going Boston.
Oh yeah, it's over. Yeah, Boston. Boston all day. Unfortunately, but Boston all day.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Pelicans
be
at
Boston.
Rockets.
Give me Pelicans, Zion.
Yeah, the Rockets not gonna be able to compete with that.
I
Who
don't
gonna
think
guard
so
Bi
either.
and who gonna guard Zion?
Is Bi playing? Oh no, I'm thinking CJ
Bi.
McCollum out. CJ
Yeah,
McCollum
CJ.
fell out.
And shout out to CJ too. Hope you have a speedy recovery with that collapsed lung. That was
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
definitely.
It's great. Yeah, I only seen that in 2K, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I never seen it in real life. But shout out to him, and I hope he recovers quickly.
Definitely.
Another one. Jazz at Grizzlies.
Ugh.
Give
me Utah. Give me Utah. Give me Utah.
Jazz.
I don't trust Memphis.
And that'll be their second. That'll be Memphis' second loss.
Crazy part is when they played in the first one, they played better in the first one.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Oh my god. I'm still gonna go Utah.
Go ahead.
I'm still gonna go Utah, but go ahead.
I mean, yeah, Utah. I mean, that's undeniable. Like, come on, you still got Lowry too. Like, people forget about Lowry. Timberwolves at Spurs.
Oh, give me Timberwolves.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Wolves too.
I just it depends on how Wemby gets started because Wemby starts late. I think it's gonna be too much. I'm gonna go.
I mean, Spurs are gonna be at home, so I mean, we're gonna see what that Spurs home court's gonna be like. So I mean,
they are loud. They are loud for them. So I think that might be a good game. I'm gonna definitely check that one out.
Now we got the Clippers at Mavericks. This is one of my the non-television televised games. That's actually one of my favorites.
To me, this should have been they should have done like a 3-game slate for ESPN.
Nah, then it would have been way too early. Because then the times I'm looking at is like their first game is at 7:30, and then the next game is at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so them games probably weren't going off to like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. They did a 3-game.
They'll probably have to start that like early Friday.
All right, Friday. Clippers, Dallas. Dallas is home. I might go Dallas.
I'll take Dallas. Yeah, I'll
go Dallas. I'm gonna go. I was thinking of Clippers, but I'm like, I don't like the way they've been looking. I'm gonna go Dallas.
Dallas, I like when they play at home because they got them all the microphones on the.
The way Luka be going up against the Clippers, he be eating them. So
hey, Luka just do anything against everybody.
Speaking of which, it look like Indiana about to beat Milwaukee.
Oh, what's the current score?
121, 125 with 2 seconds left. Indiana shooting free throws now, so.
Oh man.
Yeah, they just iced it, so it's now 121, 126.
It's over. It's over.
We got Lakers and Suns. I'm definitely gonna watch this. Bradley playing in this game from what everybody's saying.
Give me the Lakers.
I'm gonna go Suns. I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go Suns.
Yeah, give me the Lakers because we still gotta. Brad still got to incorporate
I
himself
don't think
into
AD's
the
playing.
game.
I don't think. Also, I'm pretty sure AD's not gonna play because of his injury.
Ooh, damn,
I don't know if
AD.
he's Let me see if he's questionable or not. If he's questionable, there might be a chance. If
If
he's
he's
not,
questioning,
boy,
hey, that would need to get back
he
because I need
actually,
to. I need to figure out.
yeah,
He
they
on my fantasy team.
questionable for Friday's game against the Suns. So is Jackson Hayes. I'm
Oh,
going.
damn.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. I'm going Bradley Bill now. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. I'm going now
Nah, I'm gonna
because the
stay.
Lakers' offense ain't right now the best either.
It's not, but I'm gonna still stand on business. I feel like their guards can outplay their guards to a degree, But then again, they
D'Lo
have
and
a really
you talking about D'Lo and Reeves?
yeah. I feel like they could
I
do a
think they
little. They
can.
could do a
Yeah, they
little
could
damage
probably.
against Eric Gordon and Grayson Allen and that one's that's a game changer right there. I don't know if they can really do anything against that, but
And
we'll have to
final
see.
game, I think this is the one. Be one another one I'm going to watch is OKC versus Sacramento.
Ooh, and Kings got home too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah. I'm gonna go with the home squad. I'm gonna go with the Kings on this one.
Dang.
This is a pick 'em one.
Nah.
This could go either way, honestly.
I'm gonna go with the Thunder because they
Actually,
probably got something
no.
to prove.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna go with King because I just you just remind actually you just but it came back to me that Darren Fox is out, so
It's
he's
over.
not playing. I'm going OKC. And the
I
way that
got
Kings have been looking around
yeah.
Fox, it hasn't been good.
Yeah, never. That really been terrible, actually. Been terrible. Malik, step up. Demontis, step up.
Yeah, they got to step up.
Chris Murray, step up. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
they got to step up.
gotta ramp it. Gotta ramp it up, man.
But now
But
I will go OKC. OKC,
OKC,
even though I think it's gonna be loud in Sacramento, I think it's gonna still be a good game. I'm going OKC.
yeah, hey, OKC. I'm only to be honest, it was because I was thinking about Chet. That's why I was
I think
yeah.
Shaq and Shop about to go off.
Nah, it's over. They about to kill them out though. It's gonna be crazy. Crazy.
I think it's about to go off, bro. But yo,
Man.
anything else we got covered?
I think we smacked on a lot of topics today. We talked about the in-season tournament. We talked about LeBron. We talked about Wemby versus Bol Bol, and we also hit on the James Harden trade. And we did talk about the Sixers. So I think we did hit on a lot of notes today. We got a lot of things out of our chest. I definitely want to revisit this LeBron conversation again, but yeah, we're definitely gonna revisit this conversation again. And also, I wanted to shout out. Do you want to also shout out your podcast as well?
Yes, Afro Anime. You can follow us on Afro Anime on IG. Look us up on YouTube, and you can follow me on the And One podcast. Shout out my co-host, co-producer Aiden Butler, who will be a guest one of these days on the After the Buzzer podcast. Our big brother. He's our little brother. I'm older than both of y'all, so
Yeah, by 1 year. By one, you got me by a year. Aiden
I think
definitely a
Aiden.
little bro.
I think
He's
Aiden's
definitely a
like
little bro.
what 22, 23.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
And I
around
remember
there.
when I was talking to like when we had pre-production, and I was like, "Wait, how old are you?" And I had to think of. I'm like, "Wait." I remember he was
Yo,
telling me something about like
you
something, but it
remember
was
you remember
I
Dan
forget now.
Collins?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just found out he's 22. I said, yo, you 22?
Dan's
I
22.
was like, yeah, Dan's 22. So I was like, wait, am I I'm like legit the oldest one. And our professor in our senior seminar class was like, that's all you took from that, what he just said? I said, yes, because he's young. I'm like the oldest person in this class. I'm 25. All y'all like 22, 23. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Y'all
Yo,
was born
nah,
like late.
bro.
Y'all was
Hey,
born
look,
like
bro.
what, like 2000, 90, like 99 maybe.
Yes, bro. Well, I mean, yeah, I was born 99, but
I was
still,
born
like,
98.
wow, 1 year. 1 year difference. Like, man, look, bro, Josh, I felt just as old as you in that program, man, because at the same time, I'm like, nah, there's no way. Like, if I didn't know that you was 25, I ain't gonna lie. And shout out to my boy Lloyd Wilson too, because
Lloyd,
without
yo.
Lloyd, if he didn't tell me how old he was
How old Lloyd?
on that campus, Lloyd like 20, he was 20. I was turning 23. He about the same age as you, I think.
He 25. I feel like I'm gonna say he gotta be 25, 26 now.
Yeah, he got to
So we
be
gotta
like,
have
yeah.
Lloyd on too. We gotta have Lloyd on.
I gotta get Lloyd on there. Oh, he gonna be. Yeah, that's another Knicks fan we're gonna have. One day we're gonna have
Yeah,
Knicks fandom. We're gonna have a
yeah.
Knicks fandom and
I
just
think if they make the
yeah.
trade for Cat, I think which is gonna be happening sooner rather than later. I think they make the trade for Cat. We're gonna have a Knicks Phantom episode.
Oh Lord have mercy. The day that happens,
At this point, dog, I say you might as well just pull the trigger on Cat at this point. I think after the end season tournament, pull the trigger.
That's
What
a nasty take, Josh.
what's left? Because the story is going to be the same. You play hard, you get a 4 for 5 seed, you're out probably in the second round. Then we're back at square one. Break the cycle.
Gonna have to
And
see
it's
that
not. I'm
cycle.
not saying, and I ain't saying like Cat gonna put us over the hump to beat Boston or Milwaukee. And right now, the niggas don't look better than Philly right now. So, but you gotta compete somehow.
I'm trying my hardest to refrain from arguing with you on this topic because, oh my gosh. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you have tuned into the and one. I said and one. Lord have mercy. Shout out to and one again. But
Hey, that was the start, bro. That was the roots.
That's where I got my start, and now look where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the N1 podcast. But ladies and gentlemen, you have been now listening to the After the Buzzer podcast, right? With your host, ATV SHOM, ATV Josh. And don't forget, like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. They will be listed below in the description. And yeah. Shout out to y'all.
We out.